my name is Roxanne, the Tiny Taster, and today's recipe is fantastic potato cheese balls. This recipe is easy, delicious, crispy, and oh so cheesy. As always, I'll leave a link down below for the detailed written blog post. It has the whole recipe. Please check that out. If you like this video, as always, give it a big fat like, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, and share this with all your friends. I really hope you enjoy this. So without any further ado, let's get cooking.
In a bowl, add about 3 to 4 cooked potatoes. You need to boil them and cook them and then mash them down. I've actually pressure cooked these, so it's really soft and it will mash easy. But please make sure to do this whilst the potatoes are still warm. If they completely cool down to room temperature, it'll be difficult to mash. Add in your cheese. You could use cheddar cheese or mozzarella cheese. Just grate it and add it in. I added a little less cheese, so please add more for a cheesier cheese ball. I'll put a link to the detailed recipe with all the ingredients and everything in the description box, so check out that link as well. This is optional, but I really like to add chopped green capsicum. It adds a little bit of bite and it's kind of like what you get in a restaurant, but it's optional. You don't have to. Add in your salt and pepper for seasoning, along with red chili powder and cumin powder, and then add in 2 tablespoons of corn flour and mix it well with your hands so that everything gets incorporated. You need to mix this so that it comes together almost like a dough. Any big chunks of potato that you might find, just mash it and so that it mixes well without any lumps. It's best to use your hands. I know it might feel a little sticky, but it is the best way to mash it and mix it all together so it combines into a nice thick potato dough. In another bowl, add some corn flour and water, enough to make a slurry, and then get your dredging station ready. Take a scoop of the potato mixture and then roll it into a small ball about the size of, say, a golf ball. Once it's rolled, add this into your slurry mixture with the help of a spoon. Just roll it about so that the ball gets completely coated in this slurry mixture, and then it makes it easier for the breadcrumbs to stick. Once it's coated, add it into your plate of breadcrumbs. Roll it around well so that all the breadcrumbs get added onto your potato ball. And that's it. Just continue making more. Now, if you want to make your cheese balls extra cheesy, at this point when you take a little bit of the potato ball and then roll it into a smaller ball, just press it down with your thumb in the middle almost to make a little indent, and then add in another cube of cheese in the center. Ideally, I would say use mozzarella because then it's nice and stringy and it will sort of stretch once it's cooked. So just add any piece of cheese that you like and then cover it with some more of the potato mixture so that it encloses really well. Roll it back into a nice round ball, and then again you will dunk this into your slurry mixture. Toss it around well so that it's covered from all sides, and then roll it back into this breadcrumb mixture so that it is covered completely and it has a nice outer coating, and then just continue making the rest. Now all your little potato cheese balls are ready to fry. At this point, actually, I think if you want, you could add it into Ziploc bags and freeze them. I don't necessarily recommend it because these balls are really delicate, but if you're careful and you freeze them, you could use it later whenever you want to fry. But at this stage, if it's ready, just heat up some oil in your wok or kadai in a nice big fry pan. Just try and get a little, not a flat fry pan, but how would I say this, like a rounded one, so ones with a little bottom, so it's easier for your potato mixture. And then gently one by one dip in these cheese balls. Just be careful so that the oil doesn't splatter all over you, and don't put too many in at one time. I put about 3 because that's the size of my wok, and then just let this cook for 5 to 6 minutes on one side. Now, this is where I got impatient and made a cardinal mistake. So please do not do this. As soon as I added it in, I just got really impatient. And after a minute or two, which I thought was a really long time, I said, oh, let's try tossing this around and see. But because it hasn't cooked, it'll just ruin your potato mixture. It'll just cause a dent in these balls because they're so soft, and I ended up actually breaking them and it just sort of splattered all over and it was a royal mess. Of course, it'll taste perfectly fine even when you cook these, but aesthetically it just doesn't look nice. The potato balls lose their shape and it's just pointless. So please don't do it. Let them sit in this oil for a good 5 to 6 minutes before you start flipping it. See, look at that. They look completely out of shape. They've cracked. The coating has come off. It's extra fried. It's oilier. Just not pleasant. So please don't touch them. So what you need to do again, into your nice hot oil, gently start dropping in your cheese balls one at a time. I used about 3 at a time. You could do maybe 4 depending on how big your wok is, and let this sit for 5 to 6 minutes. You don't have to do this, but you can, with the help of a spoon, just gently splash some oil onto some of these balls. A lot of recipes, they just completely deep fry it, which means they use almost a liter of oil and fill it up completely and then let the potato balls just fry in that oil completely, so nothing is half out. But I just feel like that's a waste of oil. This works perfectly well. If you just let it sit for 5 to 6 minutes, it will cook, and then with the help of a spoon, it's actually really easy to just gently toss them over so that it cooks on the other side as well. So there you can see I just try to splash a little bit of oil on it, and then very gently I just turn them over so it cooks on the other side. I like to cook it on both sides for about 5 minutes each. So I'm cooking this in the oil, or rather frying this in the oil, for a good 10 to 12 minutes. Of course, with each batch, as your oil gets hotter and hotter, you don't want this to burn. You'll have to turn down the temperature a little bit. You'll have to just sort of see, maybe it won't take that much time. It might cook in say 7 minutes totally, but all in all, I would still say let it cook for 10 minutes on a moderate to low flame once your oil is really hot. At this stage, my potato balls have been cooking for a good 10 to 12 minutes, and I've just gently taken them out and I drain it on a paper towel in a plate so that all the excess oil can drain, and then I continue frying up the rest of them. It is literally that simple. So there you go. These are what my potato cheese balls look like. They're completely done. They're perfect. They're golden brown. They're delicious. This is best eaten warm. I won't say hot because you might burn your fingers or your mouth, but it's best eaten warm. It's a great snack and really easy to make, and again, much better than any store-bought frozen potato balls. You can make them as cheesy as you like. You can make them less cheesier, whatever floats your boat. So I really hope you enjoy this recipe. As always, don't forget to give it a big fat like, subscribe to this channel, leave me a comment, and I'll see you guys very, very soon.